I've goofed about, we've goofed on the show about talent evaluation, and I've goofed on you about the G League thing. Here's the thing. Nobody, they didn't know what they had in Vince. No. You never know. In many cases, you never know until, we're in Gladiator and you throw the guy in with the lion and you lock the gate. And now you're about to find out what you've got and what you don't have. And Miami is a perfect environment for that. And when you see guys like some guys are built for that, right? Like the challenge gets greater and they get greater. Those are the kind of guys you want. We always talk about foxhole guys, and like I told you, sometimes when you got that lion in there and you're gonna throw the gate closed, now we're about to find out, and this is exactly what we're finding out with these guys.
Would you have ever guessed it was Vince?
And this team? No.
I thought Vince could be a role player,
but
I think Vince could be scoring 20.
You saw him the most out of everyone.
I didn't think Vince Williams is bloodying up Jimmy Butler and walking away.
Yeah, he
being
did.
like,
I don't care. I ain't shaking your hand. I'm not helping you up. I'm not kissing you.
I thought Vince was a good borderline, we'll see what you got, but there was no evidence to suggest that this guy is going to be a guy that can come in and get you 24 on the road.
Exactly. That they are lying.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, dude, I did not see that.
No. No. Even if you were the biggest fan of him. And again, you never know until. And then you see there are guys that raise their level to that level as well. And some guys that I do think they do a very good job. And this goes one way or the other. You instill a tremendous amount of confidence in these guys so that they aren't scared to play. And sometimes
you have nothing to lose at this point.
Sometimes, right, that ends up being Santi Aldama and Zaire Williams, and now you're too confident, bro. Pass the damn ball. Pass the ball. And sometimes it becomes Vince Williams and G.G. Jackson, and it's like those are guys that we're gladiators. I'm locking the gate. I'm throwing them in with the lion, and they are trying to scratch and kick and claw, and they are trying to strangle that bitch out. And the other guys, I lock them in, and they're trying to scale the gate and get out of there as fast as they can.
Vince put on his black T-shirt, black socks, black shoes, and said,
for it.
"Let's go. Hey, let's go."
You know what?
I'm with it.
Hey, Scottie Pippen too. You can see who's scared to play and who's not scared to play. Scottie Pippen was not scared to play. That Joker was going straight to the basket. Yeah. I'm like, look.
That was not the guy I watched in the G League last year, Scottie Pippen Jr. That is not the guy I saw last year.
And you know what? In fairness to you, sometimes I need to put you in front of a crowd against Jimmy Butler to find out what you are.
Yeah. Nut up or shut up.
Because there's a lot of sissies that can go big in the G League.
A lot of people can.
Not sissies.
You're not.
Yeah, I don't know if sissies is the right word.
But I'm saying.
Dude, I have.
All right, fine. I'm betas.
There you go.
Okay.
There have
God.
been.
I don't know if that's worse, but I like
it's
it.
worse.
I like it.
There have been a ton of monster games in the G League from all kinds of players all across the league. There have been tons and tons of guys who have signed two-way contracts. Keep in mind, Vince Williams has the largest contract of anybody who was ever on a two-way deal. Like, it is not a normal thing that two-way contracts end up being converted into real NBA contracts. That does not.
It is when we're down 9
that
players.
does not happen very much.
There are some guys though that that's why I'm using this analogy last night. That's the test. You're going up against Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, and you know what the Heat are.
Yes.
And you've got to. You're either there for it. You either think that you belong there, and I'm not scared of these guys. I'm gonna go beat these guys, or you're timid. Right?
But Vince has been like that with every star that we've played.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like
he on
Luka,
no shaking
That's
hands.
what I'm saying.
No shaking hands, no scare. I'm
laughing in their faces because that smile is terrifying.
Like, what you
can
gonna
tell.
do? What you gonna do? Nothing.
You could tell he's one of those guys. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that, as the challenge gets greater, now I'm going to raise my game. I mean, it's a different world when you're playing Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and you're having to lock them down than when you're having to lock down,
Tim Johnson and
whoever. Yeah, in front of maybe at sometimes 60 people. Yeah. In a game that, that doesn't in the end really matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like as the pressure gets bigger, you bet to find out
we've seen
what
Vince,
you got.
We've seen Vince do this a couple times. One, what was it? Was it the first game that Ja came back in New Orleans? The end of the first half, he got that shot hit on him. He comes right back down, hits the corner three at the end of the first half. There's another one, Dallas. He got a three hit on him by, it may have been Tim Hardaway Jr. or somebody. Like hit a three on him and was talking, and then Vince came right back down, caught the ball again in the corner, immediately buried a three and started talking right back to him. We see this, like, dude, he is not afraid of it at all.
The one time that we can say that there was a glimmer of this happening, because this is also shocking with him, the one time is at Summer League.
Yes.
And we could say, you could go back and listen to it, and we would come on the air, and we were doing those shows, and it was like, is Vince Williams the best player ever?
No.
Because our Summer League team sucked.
And then they'd win
And
when
Vince Williams would play, and they were awesome.
Yes.
And it was like, what is going on here?
Yep.
Like, why is one player making that profound a difference? And that was a hint.
We did say it in some
It was a hint.
We're like, bro, Wiley's so good.
They are
But
so
we
much
didn't
better when he
understand.
plays.
There's just no way that, like, come on.
Yeah.
And now, you look all these months later, we look back and it's like, well, I guess that was meaningful. Like,
Yeah.
he really was that profound.
But it was different.
That impactful.
But it was so different because it was different from the summer league that Bane played in. The second one, because it was like Bane had the ball in his hands all the time, and he's just dropping like 8 threes a game and scoring like crazy. It's like, oh, okay, Desmond
This was
Bane.
like defense,
Desmond Bane said-
energy.
yeah, like Vince was doing it in summer league, helping us win defense, energy, knocking down corner threes, doing that
rebounding
kind
like
of stuff,
crazy.
Rebounding like.
Yeah, he was doing everything or something like that, bro.
The Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, live weekdays at noon